We're not lying. I know Reagan's favorite, my favorite, all of our favorite, Dr. Scott Thompson is joining us. And this is no lie, hair is important. We talked about this with Matthew Landis a little bit earlier in the show. Did you know there are a couple actors out there that have actually thought it's so important they've had their hair restored? LeBron James, John Travolta, Matthew McConaughey. When I list those out, LeBron is the one I didn't know, Dr. Thompson.
Yeah, and you know, he wears his hair really short, and so those are the type of people that this technology is for that we're going to be talking about.
All right, we're talking about NeoGraft, and this is something I've never heard of before. What is it?
So NeoGraft is a very special way to transplant hair. It takes individual follicles, it's kind of a robotic mechanism, takes an individual follicle from the back and then places it aside, and then we can transplant it into the front.
How is this different than that traditional hair transplant surgery?
So old school, they used to take big punches of hair, remove them, and move them up to the front, and they were very obvious and very unnatural looking. And then that's since evolved to taking a strip of hair from the back and dissecting each one of those and transplanting to the front. And that works great, but it does leave a scar on the back. This NeoGraft technology leaves no scar on the back, and it moves each individual follicle to the front.
How do you know if it's right for you? How do you know if you need it?
Well, you know, both methods are still accepted and still considered good, and I do both of them in my office. So usually just, you know, coming in for a consultation, we can talk about it and sort of assess how much hair you have lost. If you're completely bald and you're 22, is probably not going to be a good option. So it has to be something that's happening gradually over time, and you know, kind of have to assess your hairline and go from there.
We're showing that graphic you brought us, male pattern baldness. These are usually those areas that you start noticing thinning.
Right.
Does it work for all of those?
It works for all of them, but as I said, it kind of is age dependent a little bit. People that are losing their hair more slowly are generally better candidates for any kind of hair transplant surgery.
What about for women?
Yes, absolutely. It's great for women as well, and sometimes even better for women because that linear scar can be a problem on the back. And sometimes, you mentioned women, we have a lot of women that have maybe overplucked their eyebrows, and so it's a good technique for eyebrow restoration as well.
That would work on brows?
It actually works on eyebrows as well, too.
Okay,
so.
Look at the, oh, in fact, look, we have a before and after with the brows. Look how much.
So there's an example, yeah, of what can be done.
Well,
with
the natural look on that right that's so popular right now. All right, so results, we see it with the eyebrows. What about with the hair on your head?
So yeah, that's where it's used most commonly, and most commonly for men. Men are the ones that usually are losing hair. And sometimes we just need to fill in a little bit of the temporal area, the front. Sometimes we're doing more extensive, as shown in this picture.
What a huge change. And the results last how long?
They're permanent. So this is a graft. We're moving hair from one spot to another. So
LeBron says it works. LeBron says it works. Hey, if you are interested in this, if you have a question about it, they're doing a viewer special right now. If you want to call the number on your screen or go to utahhairmd.com, you get $750 off NeoGraft. But definitely worth calling Dr. Thompson and asking. What a cool procedure.
It is. Thank you so much. I'm excited about it.
For coming by. It's
Thank
good
you.
to see you. All right, up next, everybody, fall fashion is happening at City Creek, and Reagan has your must-haves when you go shopping.
And coming up tomorrow on